But I ain't got the what's the name on me. Nah, cause you called from the wrong phone. And she know it too. Hey guys, look man, sorry about that, man. But we about to go live right now. Just listen, man. Sit back and chill and listen, man. I'll tell you this right here. We got some real life information, man, that need to be heard. And this is the life of an inmate, man. This is the story. This is what people have to tell. This is what be on people's chests every day, man. So my phone about to ring, we about to jump it off, you know what I'm saying? And next live we're gonna have I'm gonna put my number up in the box down there, so I'll be accepting calls so we can conversate with, and do our thing. So yes. It's about to go down, man. Like life stories of inmates. First take, man. We're doing this right now, dog. Still waiting on the phone to jump. It was just jumping. So, I mean, if anybody got anybody that need to be heard, man, you know what I'm saying, that want to be heard, you know what I'm saying, and want to tell their story, you know what I'm saying, and need somebody to listen to them, man, hit my line, man. I'm gonna put my number up there. Man. I'm gonna start with 3 states first, man. I'm gonna go 3 states, 3 states, 3 states. Man. That's how I'm gonna jump it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need to be here. Everybody got something to say. And there's a lot of motherfuckers, excuse my French, that don't have nobody to listen to them, man. Don't even got nobody to write them, man. Can't even get no conversation. You know, somebody heard how they be doing in the pain, they walk around that mustard, cause they can't even get no soul. I ain't got no teacher had to fight for that. You know what I'm talking about? So, man, yeah, I'm gonna do 3 states, man. I'm gonna see if I can cover. I'm gonna do a state of month, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a state of month. I'm going live. I'm gonna put the money on the phone. I'm gonna have my number up there, and I'm about to make a GoFundMe account for these people. You feel me? For real. So y'all stay tuned, man, and just listen and check in. I'm just waiting on that phone to ring, man. So we can start this interview with Mary Shields, you know. She been locked up. She been in prison 18 years, been locked up 20 years, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's about that time, man. Let me call back. Let me call one line number. There you go. Hello?
Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Mississippi D.O.C. Central Mississippi Correctional Facility. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up or press 1. Your current balance is $29.40. This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hello? Hello? How we doing there? How we doing, Queen?
Hey, I'm ready. What's up?
Man, I just wanted to, put you on here, man. You on live right now, man. I want you to feed the people, man, and let them know, man, you know what I'm saying, how you feel, what's it been like for you, you know what I'm saying, and what you need in your life, you know? Like,
okay.
I just want to bring it to you live and raw, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how we gonna do it, you know? So, first and foremost, let me do this right here. My name K-Shine, and this right here is Life Story of Inmates. And you know what I'm saying? This right here is called A Plea for Freedom. And I do have on the phone right now, Mary Shields from Columbus, Mississippi. So, first question for you. I want you to introduce yourself. Tell me a little about you, your background. Let the people know.
Hello, my name is Mary Shields. I'm from Columbus, Mississippi. I'm incarcerated in the Mississippi Department of Corrections, serving a life sentence for a crime that I did not commit. And I would like to know that I want everybody to know exactly what is going on in the state of Mississippi. There's no self-defense law, and if you get into it with someone, it's whatever the people decide to do to you. If he doesn't have a paid attorney or someone that comes, like Stephen Hayes, the Mississippi State ex-pathologist that filed up this thing that you can pay under the table, then it belongs to the state and all of them works together. The state decide what your case or what your fine or what your fate might be. And as I said earlier, I'm serving a life sentence for a crime that I did not commit. The crime was committed January the 1st, 2000.
Hold on. Before we go in there, let's bag up. Tell the people more about you. You know what I'm saying? Let them know how you was as an individual. You know what I'm saying? Let them know, like, you know, put it out there so they'll really get to know you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
before prison.
Let me explain to y'all about my life and my background history before I came to prison. I am, and I still am, a mother,
right,
a daughter,
right,
a sister, aunt, and I had a loving family out there, a family that loved me. I loved my family. I loved my community. I was a member of Mount Zion Church. I was a member of just certain organizations we had out there in the world. I worked out there in the community. I was a hard worker. I worked for Samson Plumbing. I worked for Wells Cleaner. I worked for Riga Cleaner. I also took care of my family. I loved my sisters and brothers, my nieces and nephews. We played together. We ate together. We slept together. I mean, there was nothing in the world that I wouldn't do for them. Before my mother passed, I loved her to death. There's nothing that everybody knows. May Pearl. Mary Pearl Hayden, a.k.a. May Pearl.
If they from Columbus, Mississippi, they know her for sure.
May Pearl never met a stranger. She just like everybody was welcome into her home. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ate at the table with her. I mean, we just like one big family. And like I say, if you're from Columbus or the surrounding GTA area, everybody know May Pearl. She never met a stranger, so therefore, we never met a stranger.
They're right. So with that being said, though, you know, it seemed like, you know, you was doing some real good things in the community, you know what I'm saying, and really just trying to live your life, you know, and be happy, you know. So, you know, things come up in life, you know.
The thing about this is also, I want people to know, Larry, the fella, the victim in this situation, was a close friend of mine. You know, me and Larry, we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? We went out together. We socialized. We visited friends. We had the same friends and stuff. Larry's girlfriend before he got married was my best friend, which is Mary G. Moore, a.k.a. St. Louis. And I mean, we all was together. You know, we was just great together. You know what I'm saying? I never thought in 1,000 years, and I still to this day can't believe that this happened. You know.
Right.
And I can tell y'all, and I will say this much here: if Larry was living to this day, Larry would tell y'all that I did not do that. Larry would not have let me went down for something that I did not do. And I can't understand how the system allowed that to happen, but it did.
No, that's deep right there, because that means, you know, you and Larry had a relationship, you know what I'm saying? There was more to it than that, you know what I'm saying? The system is always out to you know, it's always out to get us. You know what I'm saying? But there's things that you can do. We're gonna work on it, you know what I'm saying? But let's stay in tune with what we're doing right here. I want you to tell the people, you know, how have you been feeling? I'm not trying to take you off the subject of the situation, but how have you been feeling since this pandemic been going on? Like, what's going on with you now? How are you feeling? Like,
well, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first got incarcerated, I was angry, and I do mean angry. And the reason being is because I was angry with the judicial system. You know, because my mother taught me that the law was right. You know, I grew up thinking that the law was right and the law was justice. You know what I'm saying? Until you don't walk in my shoes and don't know no better, you would think that you would be raised that, hey, if anything happen, go to the law. Anything happen, the law is to protect you. You know, and that's how I was raised. So when I came through this situation and it happened to me, I never knew what people were saying until they said you never know until you walk in that shoe or it knocks at your door. And when it knocked at my door, it opened my eyes to see that justice is not always justice in the court of the law.
Right.
And that's why I was so angry. I was angry because the justice system failed me.
Do you feel like it was do you feel like it was racial? Do you feel like it was a hate crime? Do you feel like, how do you feel about the situation that make you feel like justice failed you?
I feel that, to be honest with you, I really can't tell you exactly how I felt because it was so many mixed emotions going in from being a person out there working hard, owning a 3-bedroom home, a one-owner Cadillac, working hard for what you wanted. You know what I'm saying? To being locked up for a life sentence for a crime that you did not commit. It just was so many different mixed emotions going on in my head at the time that I really didn't know what to think. But what I did know was the system failed me. I knew that I was locked up for a crime that I did not commit. And at that end, I felt like they wrongly locked me up. So therefore, they couldn't tell me anything because I'm still in this system right to this day for a crime I did not commit. And knowing that I did not commit this crime, I feel as if it just feels mixed emotion that I know that, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't matter what I do to try to satisfy anybody, it's still the same. I'm locked up for a crime I did not commit. There's no justification for that when you don't spend 18 years incarcerated away from your family. My daughter is fully grown now. She was a baby when I left home. My mother deceased. My brother deceased. You know, it's so much I done lost being incarcerated for something that I did not do. And then there is no justification. It cannot be re-given to me. I can't relive this life. You know what I'm saying? All of these things have been taken away from me. And there's no way of going back, getting it back. You can't get it back. No. There's just no way of getting it back.
Time wait for no one, no woman, no man. You know how that goes. And then, I mean, man, just listening to hear you say these things, like, man, 18 years of your life, this just like, so much done changed, you know what I'm saying, from when you was out here, you know what I'm saying, until now, like, the world has changed so much, you know what I'm saying? And some things, it just like, I couldn't even tell you, you know what I'm saying? You still wouldn't even understand it, but I told you how it is out here because you haven't been out here so long, you know what I'm saying? And you have to adapt to what you got going on in there. So how has that been for you? How was it for you to adapt to your environment?
Well, to be honest with you, when you come in here, there is no adapting. I mean, you come up in here from a place, I come from out there in a middle class area, home. I come from out there where the people know each other, just imagine when I came into the system, violence was not like it is now. Crimes was not being committed like they're being committed now. We were still able to lay down and go to sleep with our doors and windows open. There's no more of that going on. So how can I come from that given environment to coming into an environment where you surrounded by 140 different women every day with 140 different personalities every day? Whether you don't know what they might say, what they might do, or none of that, you know what I'm saying? You come from an environment where I have to watch my back every time I move. I have to be mindful of where I sit. I have to be mindful when I take a shower. I mean, I have to even be mindful when I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? You never know what might be going on. You actually, your sleeping environment is so bad that you don't know whether to lay down and sleep or try to sit up and watch what your property. You never know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? When I first came in the system, into yellow jumpsuit, you're not allowed to have cups, bowls, lockers, anything. All of your property is just open. It's for the taking.
They expose everything about you.
Say that again now.
I said they expose everything. You have no privacy, no freedom whatsoever.
No, you have no privacy, none whatsoever. If you go to the toilet, you sitting around in certain area, you have 10 toilets in one area where it can be 10 to 20 different women standing up over you. Even now, if you over on the yard, they have 3 stalls, you know what I'm saying, 3 shower area. I mean, you never know who you sitting next to, who you shower next to, who you using the bathroom next to. You never know. You just don't.
Might be a killer next to you, man. You never know. I was thinking about that, man. I was like, dang, man. You know, the way of life and my background, you know what I'm saying, what I had to deal with, you know what I'm saying, you know, coming from where I came from, you know, it was hard on me, you know what I'm saying. But you know, it was I took chances, I took risks, you know what I'm saying? And I did that. I was with that street life, you know what I'm saying? And I had to overcome that, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't never imagine what you're going through, you know what I'm saying, every day on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? Like like when you in prison, like you have to deal with these different personalities, right? So how do you handle these situations sometimes?
Okay, the thing of the matter is, I want to just tell you like this here. It's either you get with it or you get gone. You know what I'm saying? And the thing of what I'm saying is, if you don't learn to adapt to what's going on around you, you'll be lost. And I mean, not just only would you be lost physically, but you'll be lost mentally, because a lot of people, man, if you're not strong-minded, God forbid, Whitfield ain't even play for you. You hear me?
Talk about it.
Don't even stand a chance.
Talk about it.
Because the system is so messed up, even with the staff. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you go there, if you got a situation or a problem going on, yeah, you can go to the tower and ask the tower officer to help you. You might just, never know. You can walk to the tower officer and tell them you sick or anything, and you still to fall dead before you can make it back off the step. You never know what to go by day, minute by minute in this system.
Deep.
You never know.
It's deep. And that ain't no way to live, you know what I'm saying, for nobody. You know, and one of the things that I be looking at is just like you're supposed to be in there to rehabilitate yourself, let them tell it, you know what I'm saying? But if you in there and you going through these things, there's no way you can really rehabilitate, you know what I'm saying? There's no way, because you're going through more things in there than you're going through in the streets.
And that is so true. And to say to rehabilitate, there's no way possible. And the only way that you can, like I say, you have to have a very strong mind.
Right.
If you're not strong-minded, you're not going to survive. You're not.
Right.
Because I have seen ladies come in here much younger or either older than me. And I tell you, some go out worse than they came in. Some don't even make it out unless they make it out in a bag. And I have seen it. And I'm talking about just last week, where I seen this woman go to the clinic, the doctor sent her back. When they bring her back inside the gate, they open the door, she's graveyard dead. I mean, I done seen women die before my face. I done seen it all. You know what I'm saying?
Do that bother you at night when you're trying to go to sleep?
It bothers me at night. It bothers me all through the day, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? You pray. Only thing that keeps me going is prayer. You know what I'm saying? That I know that there's a God up above. And that comes from me being instilled in me as a child. You know what I'm saying? Raised by my mother, that God is the last and the first. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
One for that there, and without that spiritual being, ain't no telling where I would be. And that just God knows true, because
let me ask you this right here. What you dealing with the system, what you being locked up, how you been locked up right now, your faith is still strong?
Yes. I thank God. Yes, I have wavered. Yes, I have let go. But I always, and I thank God, and the old saying say, your first love you'll return to, and God is my first love, and I thank God that my mother instilled that in me. That's the only thing that keeps me going. The only thing that I'm standing on is my faith in God. That, like he say, the prisoners shall be set free. He will set the captive free. And he said that I will one day walk about this prison. I think he makes me think about Pharaoh, how they went there, and Pharaoh, he just kept going and telling Pharaoh to set his people free.
Okay.
And that's what keeps me going.
Okay, so you know how the pharaohs is, huh? Those are kings with among kings, you know. So you know what I'm saying. So with that being said, you know, so how do you feel? Did you get to talk to your siblings, your kids, you know, outside people? Like how is that working out for you? Like are you communicating a lot, or you know, you getting support? Like what's that like? I know a lot of people don't get support in prison.
Okay, well now the visitation center has changed. So it was a time that we was able to visit and we was able to see our loved ones. But since the pandemic been going on, things had changed. And before the pandemic started going on, things had started changing anyhow. Because my family lives so many hours away and everyone works, you know what I'm saying? So visitation is just not the same, you know, and like I said, my kids are grown now, you know what I'm saying? So it's not the same. It's not like I was able to sit there, hold my baby in her arm when she needed me most, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't there when she walked across the stage, you know, I just thank God my mother was still alive. You know, the things that I should have been able to do for her, you know, I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? The things that a mother should do for their child, I wasn't able to do for mine.
Hold on 1 second, Mr. Otto. I think I got your one of your compadres on the other line. Hello? Hello?
Yes, I had a question for Ms. Shields.
Do you? She on the line right now. You can talk to her. Can you hear her?
Yes, I can.
Can she hear me? I can't hear her at the moment.
I can hear her.
She said she can hear you.
How you doing there, Shield?
I'm fine. I'm blessed, thank God.
That's wonderful. I had a question. How long have you been incarcerated?
I have been incarcerated 18 years in county.
Okay.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Due to your incarceration, what?
I tell you what, call right back. Call right back. The phone about to hang up. Just call right back. I got the minutes on there for you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for using.
Man, stay tuned, man. We ain't done. You know what I'm saying? We're just jumping it off. Stay tuned, you know. I'm gonna put my number in the description. You know, I'm gonna do 3 states, like I said. I'm gonna do 3 states. I'm gonna do a state a month. And it's gonna go down. So we're gonna continue this interview. Just waiting on this call back, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go from there. I told you, man, what I'm doing. They need to be heard, man. There's too much stuff going on, man, without them being heard.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from
An inmate at the Mississippi D.O.C. Central Mississippi Correctional Facility. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, your current balance is $28.35. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Telling.
Hello.
Yes, I'm calling Miss Shields. I'm still alive.
Yeah, we back. She's back on the phone. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, the caller back online. She ready to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Yes, I was the one who just had talked to you, but the phone had hung up.
What did she say here?
Can you hear?
Yeah, I was the one who had talked to you and the phone hung up.
Okay.
I was trying to I was trying to see, like, do you feel that the time that you have served, you feel like that you have done your time?
I feel like the time that I have served, I have overdone my time.
And if you was released today, what would you do different?
A lot of things I would be able to do different. I am certified as a legal paralegal assistant. I have completed college courses. I have completed all phases of the LIFE program. I mean, I have not been just sitting in here doing anything. I've been working towards rehabilitating myself to make sure that when I do be released, I back out into society, that I'll be a great citizen for this to better myself and my family.
Yeah, that sounds good right there.
It do. And also, do you feel that your punishment was justice?
No, my punishment was not justice, because if anybody really wants to look into my case and seriously do the background check, they will see that justice was not served in my case. I was wrongfully convicted.
So as an inmate, person, you feel like you was improperly served as in your case?
Yes, I say if anyone looks into my case, they will see from the beginning to the end. Even the judge himself should have stepped down from my case, should have set my case aside because of the misjustice and the bias that was in my case from the beginning.
So, Michelle, during the time of your sentence, how long did your case was presented in the court?
My case probably was in court. I don't even think it was a full week.
Damn.
So
that's crazy.
They could have easily overlooked things that could have prevented you and doing 18 years by you being an innocent person.
Yes, I feel like the judge himself, when we started out being the judge, let me explain something about my case, and I want a lot of people to understand. I was tried, convicted, and sentenced before I even got on the stand, because being the judge, and we already had got into it before the judge even started swearing me in. We had already started arguing. That's why a lot of people know that I did not speak or were able to testify, because of the things that happened before I even took over.
Okay, Michelle, in the time of this situation, who was the person that they murdered?
Say that again now.
In the time of your sentence and the altercation that occurred between you and the person, did you know the person, or did you have any kind of interaction, or it was just something out the blue?
Yes, I knew the person. Me and the person were friends. Larry was a good friend of my best friend. They was in a relationship together. And like I said earlier, you probably missed me when I first came on. I was telling them, if Larry had still been living, Larry would not have allowed me to be punished for something that I did not do. That's the type of person Larry was. Larry Moore was not just anybody to me. Larry was a good friend of mine. And no one knows there was not one time that I would have ever done anything to hurt Larry.
Well, Michelle, I can see in the time that you've been sentenced, as you have stated, that you have done things that could help you be productive in society. What you have stated of the goals that you're trying to reach. What would be one of your main goals in being a rehabilitated citizen in society?
My main thing is to get back out there and to give back to the community and to help others not fall into the judicial system or the justice system the way I did. To be able to go out there and teach them, because I have learned that this is not where they want to be. You know what I'm saying? I have seen the things that go on in prison, and this is not for nobody. This is not for no human being to be caged up like animals. The animals are more freer than we are.
Okay, Michelle, so did you have a paid lawyer or a public defendant?
I had a public defender.
Yeah, and we all know that they ain't no good, so.
Oh, and let me explain this about the public offender. I had an attorney from Columbus, Mississippi named Michael Farrow, and I also fired him right there in court. I filed a motion for dismissal of counsel. Judge Jim Kitchen told me after he read it that everything looked good and I had all proper cause to fire this attorney. But unless I had someone that was going to step up right there and then, that I was going to have to stick with that lawyer, there was no other way around it.
So,
that don't even sound right.
I can see where you could be, you weren't properly served in this situation or in your case, or as being a person, and at the time. Do you have any witnesses, or was any witnesses there on the scene, or was anyone there on your behalf to fight for your defense?
Yes, I had some people there, but let me explain to you. My case, I'm going to tell you, is bizarre. A lot of people won't believe it unless you was there for yourself, and I lived it so I can tell it. And that's why it's called Prison Line Story. Okay, would you believe that all of the witnesses was picked up in one police vehicle, took to the same county jail, and all of them was allowed to collaborate their story together. That's why everybody was able to tell the same thing from 4 different angles.
Yeah,
that don't seem right. That don't seem right itself.
Yeah, that sound like that sound like a conspiracy within them people. Shit, how they gonna do something like that?
Do you think now in these time from 18 years now, do you think anyone that knew Larry would speak up on your behalf in these situations right now?
Well, I don't know because, like I say, I've been incarcerated for 18 years. The majority of the people that was in had anything to do with this situation or with this case or was a witness, the majority of them has passed on. And I know that Carlo Humphrey, he was there, which was a key witness that I tried to get the attorney to bring in on my behalf. He would not bring him in. I know that there were certain people there like Diane Carter who knew about what had happened but refused to testify because she was on papers at the time. I mean, the thing just goes on and on and on.
Man.
A lot of people that was there that saw what actually happened, and even when the lady that passed, but she deceased now, tried to tell them what actually happened, they disputed her. Even
I don't mean to cut you off. Miss Shields. But Carla, we're gonna have to get back with you in a minute. I got more calls trying to call in the table.
Well, Miss Shields, I hope you find the proper assistance in your case due to the fact of being wrongfully injustice.
Okay.
Thank you, Carla. You have a nice day. Be blessed.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Hello. Yes. Now we're back live with you, back direct with you, Miss Shields. Man, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? You know, the things that's going on with you. I don't want to get at people too much right now. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to come back. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
I mean, if you're available tomorrow to talk to me, then let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Same time, same place. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And we'll hit a part 2. We'll go in from there.
Okay.
How you feel about that?
That's fine.
All right, let's do it then. Give me a call the same time, same tomorrow, and we'll keep it going.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Have a blessed one.
Have a blessed one.